the artwork on the ship is absolutely beautiful too. I mean, when you walk around, it just feels very homey, very nice here.
It's our ships are kind of classical, but then still that you walk around and eat, and there's a lot of artwork everywhere, and you just don't notice it normally. You just pass by, but when you really start looking around, there's a lot of it. And each ship has kind of like a theme also on board of the ships.
Yes, and the spa, there's a beautiful piece of sculpture from Italy. I mean, there's beautiful pieces from all over the world here. So, congratulations on that too, because when you're walking on a sea day, it's fun to like look around.
Yeah, and then even in the corridors where there's the guest cabins or the guest staterooms, there is pictures of old Holland America, so from ships that were being built, and even from team members from back in the days. And there's really old stuff, and there's actually also very recent pictures of it. So it's just interesting to see. Some of them you can really recognize people because you used to work with them.
Yeah, it's very wonderful to be here. It's my first cruise. Now, have you counted how many times you've been at sea?
And I kind of lost track. I count in years nowadays. So I started in 1989. So I'm up to 33 years now. This year coming up.
And when you're not sailing, one question I had for you is if you had any hobbies, like if you fish, or I even asked if you go bowling, because there's no way you could have a bowling alley on ship, right? Because I mean, the lane would, but there is basketball. So do you have hobbies outside of sailing
Yes, I do.
or captaining? Is that more appropriate?
Yeah, when I'm off the ship, when I'm on my time off, then I love to spend time at home because that's one thing. You're never really at home, so it's fun to just be in your own place. But we still like to travel a lot. I'm married, so together we travel in a lot of places. I like to ride on a motorbike, and I like to go water sports or windsurfing. I like to do as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, motorbiking, where's the most incredible trail that you've ever been able to be on?
I've done quite a few. I've done quite a bit in the Alps in Europe. But one of the fun one that I did was in Malaysia, and there was a rental bike, but I went with a tour guide, and we drove through all the plantations, and that was really with the red dirt. So when you were driving, it felt really like you were off road, and then you had a cow in the middle of the road.
Oh my gosh, you're like cow.
Correct. Yeah. Stop. But so that was a very interesting day to ride. It was a day trip that we did then.
Well, I doubt if we're going to see a cow when you're steering this beautiful vessel, right? There's no cows at sea.
No, no, I haven't met them yet. I haven't seen them.
Maybe a seahorse or two. And then there was another question I had too is that, because we're on the country music cruise and they do have a lot of music tours. Do you have a favorite genre? You can say country if you feel like you have to on this one, but
No, it's very interesting to see this cruise. There's a lot of different venues with different country music and different stars, and it's fun to see it. And especially it's fun to see how all the guests are really entertained and they are really enjoying the music, dancing, and really having a good time. So that's good to see. The country music I like it, but it's not one of my favorite kind of musics to say. I liked last week we had the soul music on board, and that was I watched one of their shows, and that was good to see. But it's interesting to see if you have a certain type of genre of music coming on board, and that the guests that are coming with it are totally into it, and it's
yes, there's
and
so much passion, right? And I think they really appreciate the fact that you have that beautiful theater. You have many beautiful theaters, but the main theater, I mean, that is like a Broadway production kind of theater.
yes, and then they bring on their own, or they bring on extra sound equipment and all that to make it. Yeah, it's professional shows that are being put up, and we have them also outside on the leader deck. You've probably seen that as well, where we have a whole stage built and the music set up, and so then even when it's nice weather outside in the evening, there's band playing over there.
Well, I did discover just this afternoon that there is basketball. So just for the fun of it, I'm going to have to go all the way up to the top deck. The crow's nest is nice. There's so many beautiful vistas and views. And I'm really, truly, like I said, this is my first cruise. I just want to tell you thank you. Thank you for growing up to become who you are, because without you, I couldn't be here. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Captain.
It's our pleasure, and actually, it's thank you to all the team members on board. They provide all the service and they will do all the hard work. I just here making sure that it all happens, but they do the work.
You have a wonderful family on board. They really, truly, your staff is impeccable, so kind and so welcoming. And I'm really having a great time. It was a pleasure to meet you, and happy journeys to you wherever your ship takes you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you too.
Nice to meet you.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you very much, Captain. And if you would like to cruise, I highly suggest Holland, America. Be well.